All right, everyone. So we have another reaction here, and this one is from Chuck. Now, we haven't reacted to one of his videos in a while, and I think the last video I reacted from him was the one where he talked about how strong is Invincible, or at least it was some video related to Invincible. I think you can. I'll link it at the end of this video so you guys can go check that out if you're interested, if you haven't watched it yet. But we're going to be watching this video called How Strong is Cell Max. Now, obviously, this video will contain spoilers from the latest movie from Dragon Ball Super Superhero. So honestly, by the time you guys see this video, the movie should already be out for a while now. So I'm willing to bet most of you have probably already seen it. But just in case you haven't, don't watch this video, because I think it will, of course, include spoilers for the movie, or at least the ending of the movie. So just fair warning on that. Now let's go ahead and watch this video, because the whole topic of just how strong Cell Max is, I think, is something that a lot of people have been discussing for a while now, especially since an interview that Toriyama did where he talked a little bit more about Cell Max, and he mentioned something that kind of sparked this conversation, where he talked about how Cell Max, if he was allowed to be completed and if he wasn't activated ahead of time by Magenta, then he would have been someone whom even Broly couldn't really do anything against. Which, that statement in and of itself, like I said, already got people talking, asking themselves, well, wait a minute, if that's the case, then how strong is he? And if Gohan was able to take care of him no problem in his new, Gohan Beast form, then how strong is Gohan at this point? And it's interesting because we don't know which version of Broly is he talking about. Is he talking about current Broly? Is he talking about Broly from the Super Broly movie? It started to get people talking and asking themselves, okay, well, where exactly does Cell Max rank in terms of power? And what does that mean for a character like Gohan, who was able to, destroy him and took no damage when he went into, his beast form? Like, what does that mean? Where does that put him in terms of power when you compare him to characters like Goku and Vegeta? And then you have Gohan's statement at the end of the movie where he said, even if Goku and Vegeta were here, he doesn't think they would have been able to take care of this threat if he, again, if he hadn't gone into his beast form, which again caused people to talk about whether or not Gohan has even surpassed them in power. So let's go ahead and watch this video and let's see what Chuck has to say. But before we do, guys, as always, I do have to remind you that if you wish to support the channel, you guys know what to do. Leave a like, share this video out there, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new, ring the bell for notifications, and please comment down below with your thoughts, as well as any recommendations you have. If there's a video out there you want me to watch and react to and give my thoughts on, just let me know about it in the comments and tell me where I can find it, but don't link it, because YouTube erases links. And I think the reason why they do that is because they know people leave spam links in the comments. So I think they implement a new feature where if you see a link, it just immediately removes it. And so just tell me the name of the video and where I can find it, and I will react to it. And check the description to find links to this video as well as Chuck's channel, so you can head on over there, subscribe to him, and go watch his channel. So with all that stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and watch this video.
In June, the latest installment of the Dragon Ball franchise was released in the form of Dragon Ball Super Superhero, which brought in Cell Saga vibes, new transformations, and over-the-top characters. One of them being the true antagonist and final boss, Cell Max, the long-awaited upgrade to Cell, who has upped the scale amongst villains in the franchise thanks to his insane feats. In this video, I'll discuss just how strong he is, and obviously there will be spoilers ahead. By the way, be sure to subscribe if you want to see future Dragon Ball, Bleach, Marvel, and other stuff down the line. Thanks. Hey fellas, real quick, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Dungeon Fighter Online, which is a free-to-play multiplayer hack-and-slash 2D MMORPG
I've never even heard of this game.
Characters, with each character being able to branch out from 4 to 5 advancement classes, where each advancement has a unique story and concept with their own fighting techniques, mastery, and more. DFO brings updates and events every 2 weeks to provide exciting new content, like a lot of customizable options, like thousands of avatar pieces to dress up your character with, action-packed raids, dungeons, and of course, like a true action game, DFO showcases spectacular hit effects and complex combos with beautiful illustrations and animations for each class. And the new cap level update is here, as it will be increased from 100 to 110. And with this max level increase, the main storyline will progress, and new areas and dungeons will be revealed, including level 105 epic equipment, which means that there are tons of events for new and returning users. Speaking of events, there are several ones like the level 100 warm-up, which levels up your character to 100 and rewards you with high-level equipment, potions, upgrade tickets, and basically everything that you will need for your new character. There's also the path to a new adventure, in which once you reach level 100, level 100 to 110 dungeons will drop event materials called New Stories. And with these new stories, you can buy over 12 weapon reinforcement tickets as well as crafting and upgrade materials for your new gear. For new players, the Newbies Always Welcome event will help you party up with veteran users to learn the game better and clear more difficult dungeons with ease. And the more that you play with veteran users, the more goodies you will be given along the way. Although these events will be giving you all the equipment and upgrades that you need, if you're a returning user or you want to create multiple characters, the equipment rental service will also lend you high-end level 100 gear for up to 3 characters. So, if you want to embark on a new adventure and grind out, I highly recommend downloading this game by clicking the link in the description and by entering the following code to receive 10 life tokens, 50 Remy Sparkling Touch, and a funky avatar set. So yeah, check out the game for sure. Now let's get back into the video. Now, before we decipher Cell Max's power, we have to take a look into how the much lesser characters scale in magnitude. Of course, we have Vegeta threatening to destroy the Earth with his Gallic Gun, Cell charging up a solar system destroying Kamehameha, the Boos being able to wipe out galaxies and threaten the entire universe, and of course, Goku being able to shake and threaten to destroy the entire macrocosm in his Super Saiyan God state, while barely knowing how to control his form in his battle with Beerus. And according to Beerus in the Revival of Frieza arc, Goku became much more powerful than he was when he fought Beerus, meaning that even base Goku during this point could wipe out the macrocosm, which is insanely huge.
Honestly, sorry, just real quick, like, seeing this reminded me one of the reasons why a lot of people don't like the Resurrection F adaptation in the Dragon Ball Super anime, because just look at how bad this looks. Look at this. Just look at this for a second.
More powerful than he was when he fought Beerus, meaning that
this right here, they literally just took the images and just moved them to like a different position. It's just, man, I mean, I actually forgot how crazy the production on Dragon Ball Super actually was. It did get better as the series went on, but yeah, Resurrection F was especially bad. And I think one of the reasons, if I remember correctly, is that most of their professional animators were actually working on another movie. I think it was a One Piece movie, One Piece Film Gold, if I remember correctly. So that's one of the reasons why the production for the Resurrection F arc in Dragon Ball Super looks so bad, is because most of their top animators was already were busy working on another movie, and it wasn't until that movie was over that they were able to come back, and you saw the animation get much better in the Future Trunks arc, and then especially in the TOP. It definitely got much better then. But yeah, this arc was really bad. And I let's see, what did he say right here? Sorry, I interrupted. Let's go back to the video.
Goku during this point could wipe out the macrocosm.
It's true,
which is insanely huge.
Yeah, a lot of people forget this, but characters like Goku, Vegeta, and I guess you can throw Gohan in there, and at this point, or he's been there for a while now, yeah, like they're at this point where they can just wipe out the entire, like, Dragon Ball, as you said, the Dragon Ball macrocosm, which is actually kind of crazy when you think about it.
Huge and more complicated than you might have thought. For one, the Daizenshuu guidebooks confirm that the living universe is an infinite space that is full of infinite galaxies. On top of that, the afterlife is outright called a higher dimensional realm altogether, which has a lot of credence given that the bottom half of the macrocosm is as big as heaven, which is stated by the Daizenshuu and the anime to being as wide as the living universe. And yeah, I'm aware that the universe has been stated to have an edge, but just because a realm has an edge doesn't inherently mean it isn't infinite, as it is mostly for presentation. For example, the Far Shore in Marvel and the Source Wall in DC transcend countless levels of infinity, concepts, dualities, and archetypes, yet still have an edge or represent an edge of existence. Now, I'm not saying that the Dragon Ball universe exists on the same scale as these other realms, but I'm saying that the basic concept is similar. We've also seen the 9 realms of the World Tree, including our universe, which is infinite, being presented by spheres, even though they're logically infinite, right? And even if you don't want to buy that the living universe is infinite, the afterlife is likely a higher dimensional realm anyways, going by the Daizenshuu statement, and because it is way, way larger. Since Goku and Beerus could have destroyed the macrocosm and turned it into an empty void, this implies that they could wipe out 4 spatial dimensions and 1 temporal dimension, making Goku casually 4D+, or in other words, is a being that can affect or destroy a hyperspace. Goku then obtains several Zenkais and power-ups thanks to the battles with the...
You know, it's interesting he brought that up about Goku being able to, destroy entire dimensions because, excuse me, and this is actually in relation to another video that we're going to watch after this, and you guys will see it after, but it has to do with this whole Goku and Saitama debate that people have been having, excuse me, with the latest events of the One Punch Man manga. I'm not going to give my thoughts on that here because that's, again, a different video. This is focusing on a completely different topic. But let's just say for me personally, I still don't think Saitama can match up to this. That's all I'm going to say. I'll obviously go into more detail when we get to that video.
Or destroy a hyperspace.
Well, actually, there's 2 videos, just to clarify.
Goku then obtains several Zenkais and power-ups thanks to the battles with the resurrected Golden Frieza, Goku Black, and Zamasu. Even going as far as damaging a suppressed merge Zamasu, who he managed to overpower and injure with a Kamehameha, despite Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Super Saiyan Rage Trunks being unable to. Afterwards, he rematched the time-skipping assassin Hit, who he managed to defeat a second time without the use of Kaioken times 10. So my point is, Goku and Vegeta's base likely got tens to hundreds of times stronger at this point. And by far, one of the best showings of Goku's insane growth was when Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku was able to fight more comfortably against a stronger Jiren with Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, despite the fact that heavily suppressed Jiren was already far stronger than merged Zamasu and Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, as noted by numerous characters. Meaning that Goku transcended the power of his previous fusion's level, and that is without Ultra Instinct, making him easily a mid-multiversal level threat that can logically wipe out thousands of macrocosms, if not even more.
So just real quick right here, so they mentioned something about, let me see if I can find it.
Was already far stronger than...
Yeah, so they mentioned, or he mentioned Jiren's power here. Now this is actually little bit of information from the movie. Again, by now most of you guys should have already seen should have already seen it since it's already out as of the recording of this video. They do mention Jiren in the movie, and actually what they tell us about Jiren is something that I actually really am not a fan of, and also it's a bit of a contradiction because Vegeta says that Jiren's power wasn't really that far away from their own, which honestly is complete BS. Because again, it's a contradiction, because if you've seen the anime, Jiren was just destroying them. Like, Goku and Vegeta in their blue forms couldn't do anything against him. Even as they kept growing, as the TOP kept going, or as it was going along, they still were not able to do anything against him. Like, Jiren powers up a little bit and he still just destroys them. Even in Ultra Instinct, Goku was still barely able to do anything against him. Yeah, he was able to dodge, but Jiren was still not going all out. It wasn't until Goku pulled out MUI that Jiren started going all out. And yeah, it gave birth to the whole meme of, no, now I'm getting serious for real this time. It's not a joke. But yeah, so that whole statement from the movie I wasn't a fan of, and it's, like I said, it's a complete contradiction of what we've already shown, or excuse me, what we've already been shown. So just wanted to say that real quick.
Region's level, and that is without Ultra Instinct, making him easily a mid-multiversal level threat that can logically wipe out thousands of macrocosms, if not even more. In other words, Super Saiyan Blue Goku was already stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, who in base is already stronger than 2 Super Saiyan Blues. So what I'm trying to get at here is that there are insane jumps in power, and we're not even at the later arcs yet. Goku then had a really tough battle and surpassed Jiren with Mastered Ultra Instinct, which he wasn't able to tap into at will until he faced off against Moro, the Planet Eater, who was stronger than Broly, the same one who managed to shatter dimensions in his fight against Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. Within the manga, these foes would be surpassed by Gas, who could take on Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Ego Vegeta at the same time, meaning that he could hold his own against two characters that are essentially fusion level and beyond. Now, why is this important? Dragon Ball Super, Super Hero, takes place after the battle with Gas, and according to Dr. Hito, Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 can wipe out the Z fighters, including Goku and Vegeta. Now, we don't know exactly what data Dr. Hito had, but it is very likely that he based off Gamma 1 and Gamma 2's power from Goku's battle with Moro, which took place on Earth.
That is true. So, yeah, I mean, see, again, this is one of the things that leads to this conversation being a little confusing, because he's like, yeah, he even mentioned it, like, what exactly is he basing it off of? So we know that, yeah, they fought against Moro on Earth, so you could say that maybe they gathered that bit of information from their fight there, but Goku and Vegeta went on to become a lot stronger on planet Cereal, and unless you're telling me that they somehow managed to learn from Dr. Gero's mistake, because Dr. Gero didn't, you know, gather information from them when they were on Namek. So you could say that maybe they learned and sent some drones with them on when they went to planet Cereal and recorded the fight between Goku, Vegeta versus Gas and Granola. So maybe he was able to create them to match up Goku and Vegeta's levels of strength from that fight, which honestly would make Dr. Hito kind of really dangerous, because he was able to create two androids that were able to just that were able to compete with Goku and Vegeta on that level of strength. And yeah, again, see, we don't really have that kind of information, which kind of makes it difficult to come up with a definitive answer as to where they rank in terms of power.
Of course, the current arc hasn't finished yet, but so far the battle
now it is finished, so
has taken place on planet Cereal, meaning that the Red Ribbon Army couldn't have possibly based their data off of that Goku and Vegeta, unless of course they use spy robots. But
although it's interesting because, and I guess, yeah, by now the chapter would have already been out, so you guys already know this.
We'll go with the least.
But considering what we know now from the chapter with, you know, Frieza in his new form, dude, if Dr. Hito saw that Frieza with 10 years of training, we saw how strong he got with just 4 months of training, and now he's got 10 years of training in his under his belt, so he's obviously a lot stronger. He was able to one-shot Goku and Vegeta in their true Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego forms, which is crazy. So if he managed to make the Gammas be able to compete with that level of power, dude, I mean, the Gammas are, if that's the case, then the Gammas are way, way stronger than we originally thought.
Amount of speculation and say that they based off their data from Moro Arc Goku and Vegeta. So this is really crazy, and the official dub and subs aren't out yet, so these could be wrong, but I mean I've checked over several times. But Piccolo states that Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 were on par with Goku and Vegeta. Now this puts us in a bit of a pickle because Piccolo was present in the battle against Moro, meaning that he thinks Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 are above MUI Goku from that arc. However, we do have to note that he nor Gohan had seen Goku and Vegeta recently, as they had been training for some time on Beerus' planet, so it is likely not referring to their current power level. But at least we can infer that Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 are on par with Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Ego Vegeta, which is crazy given that Orange Piccolo was able to one-tap Gamma 2 with ease, inferring that Orange Piccolo not only rivals Goku and Vegeta's power, but outright surpasses them. It also gets really wonky when you realize that a rusty Ultimate Gohan was able to match and overpower Gamma 1, which implies that this rusty Gohan is superior to Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Ego Vegeta as well, or is at least on par with them. Cell Max then emerges, albeit in an incomplete state, meaning that he was, not at full power, and fights the Gammas, Orange Piccolo, Base Gotenks, Android 18, and...
Well, first of all, Gotenks wasn't even actually Gotenks, it was the failed form of Gotenks, so... Yeah, but that another thing is that we don't know. See, yeah, he is incomplete, but we don't know whether he's incomplete in terms of power. I think for me, the way I saw it is he was incomplete as in his mind was incomplete. So he had the power, but he couldn't focus it. I think that's the problem. He basically had the same problem as Broly, where he had all that power, but he was just throwing it around. He didn't really know how to properly focus it and utilize it, which is one of the reasons why Gogeta had the edge over Broly, because Gogeta was calm and collected. He was able to focus into his energy and his moves into being into, fighting Broly. So at least that's how I saw it. Maybe you guys saw it differently.
And Krillin at the same time.
If you did, let me know in the comments.
And eventually forces Gamma 2 to sacrifice himself to wound Cell. So, if Cell Max was so strong that he could take on Gohan, Piccolo, and the Gammas at the same time, this means that Cell Max was essentially taking on 4 Mastered Ultra Instinct / Ultra Ego level characters at the same time, which is more impressive than what Gas or Broly have done so far. Then, after beating the hell out of Orange Piccolo, Gohan undergoes through extreme rage to the point that he unleashes Gohan Beast and effortlessly wipes Cell Max out with a special beam cannon to the face with Piccolo's help. And afterwards, he states that Goku or Vegeta might not have been able to take out Cell Max. Again, Gohan and Piccolo haven't seen Goku and Vegeta's fight against Gas, nor have they seen the two Saiyans recently, so one can argue that MUI Goku and UE Vegeta could still have a chance against Cell Max. Then again, the fight between Gohan and Cell could have been a lot closer had Gamma 2 not landed a critical blow, and Piccolo even thought that they could not have done it without the help from the Gammas. Plus, according to official material, Cell Max is stated as being so powerful that if he reached a complete state, not even Broly would have been able to defeat him.
There it is, that's the statement.
Although going by what we have, Cell Max should be able to defeat him pre-complete state anyways, unless they're implying that Broly cannot fight off against 3 to 4 Ultra Ego / Master Ultra Instinct level characters at the same time.
I don't think he can,
Cell
if I'm
Max
being
should
honest.
easily be a high multiverse level 3.
If he lost against Gogeta Blue, then I don't think he would have been able to take on MUI, or more or less 4 MUI Gokus at the same time and 4 Ultra Ego Vegetas. I don't think he would have been able to do that, I'm being honest.
Right. Although I consider him a downgrade in several areas, given that he lacks regeneration, has a weak spot on his head like Aniraza, and is very animalistic. In terms of speed, he should be ridiculously massively faster than light, given that Goku and Beerus could react to their own shockwaves that went outside of the macrocosm and reached the Kaioshin realm in mere moments. But going off the Dragon Ball Z anime filler, he can be argued as having high infinite speed, given that base Goku prior to the Buu Saga managed to travel from the Grand Kai's planet in the upper part of the afterlife to Hell, which is several universal distances away. Of course, it does depend if you want to use this feat or not, since it is not really consistent, but I thought it would, be worth mentioning. On top of that, he can be argued as having high inaccessible speed, meaning that he is so fast that he can move in a void without time-space, since we saw base Goku in the manga move in the coordinates of the erased timeline after Zeno wiped it out. This might be a very uncommon speed term for some of you, but basically having infinite and inaccessible speed are far superior to being, say, a googolplex of times the speed of light. Now, regarding the movie itself, I thought it was okay, and I'm glad that Gohan and Piccolo got a huge upgrade, but generally, I did not think that it was on the level of the latest Broly film or many of the classic ones. So, there you have it.
So, for me personally, if you're interested in where I would rank this movie, I did like it, first of all, in case you're wondering. I did really like the movie. I'm hoping that before you guys see this video, I'll have a official movie review out, which maybe I'll record it tomorrow, again, as of the recording of this video, and I'll have it be available on the channel. So by the time you guys see this video, that review should already be out. But for me personally, just to give you guys a bit of a just like a quick review, I did like it. I really did. The 3D didn't bother me as much as I thought it would. There were some moments where it was kind of noticeable, and it did kind of take me out of the movie. Overall, I really did like it. I like that Gohan and Piccolo were given the spotlight as opposed to Goku and Vegeta. And where I would rank this movie is, I still think Battle of Gods is the best one. I do. In terms of story, I think that's the best one. Broly is, I think, really good in terms of writing, and obviously visually looks phenomenal. And I would rank this movie after that, because for me personally, I think while I think the story here is better than the story in Broly, I think it's better written. At the same time, I think that the visuals for that movie just put it a little bit above this one. I think because that one had a good story plus good visuals, whereas this movie had a good story, whereas the visuals were not that good. I mean, there were moments where it looked spectacular, don't get me wrong, but overall, I think the visuals of the Broly movie were much better. Even in the non-action scenes, I thought it was much better and much more, you could say, animated, if that makes sense. At least for me personally. In Resurrection F, I honestly don't even want to count it because Resurrection F was just bad. That was the worst one out of the modern Dragon Ball movies.
Cell Max is truly a foe to be reckoned with, and I hope that future material gives us a glimpse into his other forms, and hopefully we get more confirmation on what data Dr.
Also, sorry, something else I forgot to mention. The music, I also think in Broly was much better, much better.
Hito and the Red Ribbon Army based their androids off of, as it would clear up a few things for sure. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, check out the sponsor, and I will catch you thotties next time. Peace out.
I think that's the last one. Yeah, okay, so there's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, please let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What did you guys think of this movie? Do you agree with his statements here when it comes to Cell and just how strong he actually is? And I know some of the things that he stated are kind of like ridiculous when you think about it, like a rusty Ultimate Gohan being on par with like MUI Goku and Vegeta from the goddamn Moro arc. I know that, again, it's a little bit hard to believe, but then again, the power scaling in Dragon Ball has already gotten, or it's been ridiculous for years now. So honestly, I'm at a point where I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm honestly tired of just trying to rationalize it. I got tired of it in Super when that was going. There were so many moments when the anime, you know, was still airing that I kept asking myself, like, wait a minute, the power scaling here makes no goddamn sense. It's like, I'm at a point where I'm just, all right, whatever happens, I'm not going to try to argue it. I'm not going to try to defend it. It's just, it's too exhausting, and it's just not worth trying to rationalize it in your head as to how this works. Like, there are some things you can make sense of, but for the most part, there are some things where if you try to make sense of it, it's just going to hurt your brain. So it's like, all right, whatever. But let me know your thoughts again, guys, as always, in the comments, and please remember to leave a like, share this video out there. Please hit the subscribe button if you're new, if you want to show your support for this channel, and make sure to ring the bell for notifications to be notified whenever I post a new video. Make sure to click on all notifications because YouTube's notification system is still broken and they haven't fixed that yet for some reason. And again, if you have any videos out there you want me to watch, react to, give my opinion on, just let me know about them in the comment section down below. Like I said, just tell me the title of the video and where I can find it. Do not link it because YouTube will erase links. So title of the video, where I can find it. Thank you so much again for joining me. Thank you for giving me your time, and I hope you will continue to do so in the future. Bye for now.